Your home.
All right, I went and started.
Okay, so we're just gonna stand to the side. And that's
Yeah,
all.
you can do that however y'all want to do it. It's gonna blind her, she's right there.
Yeah.
So you may
So
want
mine could
to
be,
even do that.
okay.
Whatever.
Let me make sure they can see. So trying to see if we can both. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Thank you.
Can they see both?
I think they can.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We'll just tell whoever is standing kind of right there. I'm gonna make sure it's all working.
Okay. Hey, Richard.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Or can I just sit my bag down? I don't know that I need it, but.
You can use, put it up there or
Okay.
behind the corner.
Oh, right. Here's a poster I bought for Thursday. Somebody's gonna put it up that people can see. And
Y'all don't need us in here, do you, until it's our time, or do you? Not yet. Okay, so we sit out here. You can. Okay, I'm gonna put this on my desk.
Okay.
I did send out. I sent you a note. Yes. Yeah, they will both speak. Okay. Just kind of.
All this information that
He says that thing is on, I hate to walk in front of it.
better be.
Can I get one of the booklets and look at it real quick?
Absolutely.
Is there enough?
Oh, I have plenty in this box. I printed 100 of those.
No, I just. There's one. There you go. Thank you. Y'all do such a good job on these.
Thank you.
Oh, it's so impressive.
Thank you.
I got a note from Robin today about the commission thing. So Ronnie asked her, questions about that.
If you have any questions, I would reach out to Robin. She's the expert on it.
I am in the middle of getting big contracts out. Can you just kind of, Ronnie's in there with me. I'm gonna have a hard time making this because we're trying to get all. Can you just kind of
It'll
fill?
be recorded if you need to.
Okay, great.
We have a huge job that we're trying to get out there.
I understand. It's a busy time of year.
There was such a confusion about the commission last year. Or maybe this year. I don't think, well, no, we didn't see the commission because they didn't change the.
I think that's all.
But it's all fixed now and. I wasn't in on the initial conversation about how that works, the commission part with the prepayment or whatever you want to call it. So I just need to kind of understand how that works.
I believe it's fee offset by
Hello.
or yeah, fee offset by commissions.
Is this thing not mandatory?
Do you think it would matter?
figured more than me. I mean, they'll show up.
Oh, yeah. Last night, don't show you.
We should ever go until about 5 after before we get started, or start right at 3:30.
I can tell you that Michael is sitting at his desk watching.
Okay, several of them are, and that's over in the project management side. I'm watching, yes. We're in 3 different, we have the whole second floor, we're in 3 different sections.
Mhm.
This is corporate, we have all the accounting and payroll, and then we have all project management and
Okay.
that kind of thing in another section. But we don't have the intercom to call everybody anymore, so
That worked well.
it did, we really need that again.
It'd be helpful.
Yeah.
Well, we are, a couple years ago, we merged, so there were 3 offices in Dallas, and we're in the process of merging into one right now.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Welcome.
Good to see you here.
I know.
I think that'll all be done next year. It's a huge project. We get updates like a month or so about how that's going, and
Yeah, I like
updates.
I'm ready.
So super fun.
I don't know, when it was on 68, it's been cold out here. When I run the electric heater, it's cold.
I'm always cold, doesn't matter.
Not yet. No,
Hey, yeah,
sorry.
sorry.
No,
Yeah.
in my office. Yeah, here.
Why do we have the centrally going? No, it looks like the new one, the new stairwell almost exactly like that. I don't think it is.
Do you think Georgia in the phone?
I saw him in his office. I saw him in his office. Patrick and Ronnie were
Not
there.
Georgia. Yeah, I know they're not coming.
You may go over there.
You mean that and them?
Hmm?
You mean that?
Georgia.
Oh.
I'll go bring the.
Okay. Jacket.
There's cookies.
Is it fresh coffee too?
I didn't make any coffee because I didn't know how many we'd have. So. But you can always go back and make your cup and Keurig real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. There's oatmeal, sugar, peanut butter, and chocolate chip.
So we'll be about it, man?
Oatmeal.
Tastes good either way, huh?
Not bad. Jackie, this is Lynn Hutchinson. This is Jackie Miles from Willis Tower and Watson.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I didn't go to the accounting side. Do I need to go?
Didn't get over there either.
We run over there and we'll just start. Some of the guys on our side are watching it over the computer. She said, "Oh, come eat cookies." I told them those cookies.
I decided I might want to stay at Ruth's Cookies.
Starting there from, they won't do this.
Do what? Came for cookies.
Hello, come on in.
Done yet?
Huh?
Oh, I got good. I was told to be here, so here I am.
You got it, you
I brought my own snack.
And I'm like, oh, come on. My fluff on me. Medicinal.
Yeah, that's right.
I tell Bill every night.
We can talk to them
I
here,
got this, I need that out
here, so we don't get blinded, but.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me
You wanna get started?
get started.
Okay. Do you have a clicker or we need to? Look it forward. You'll just press.
I've been outside all
Wanna sit
day.
here? Can you- Until you.
I don't know if that was 28.
Yes.
Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. There's plenty of cookies there if anybody's hungry for a snack. And I want to welcome you all to the 2019 open enrollment for our benefits. It seems like we just did this not too long ago, but it's 2019 coming up real quick. So our enrollment period begins today, and I have put an ending date of December 13th. You'll see in the handbook that it's December 19th because I know how some people like to drag things out. So December 19th is the drop dead date of turning in your enrollment forms. Yeah. So today we're going to have Jackie Miles from Willis Towers and Watson, who is with our brokerage firm, to talk with us about the benefit package and maybe some of the changes that, not too many changes that Blue Cross has made, but there has been quite a bit of mail to you about changes in prescriptions and things like that. So you'll need to watch those letters and check your prescriptions and see if you have anything that might be an issue this year. So Terry Russell with Aflac is here, and Richard Bowden with Liberty National, and they'll touch briefly on their topics. And then we'll be meeting with you individually as they normally do, as many as they can. So, you know, I've emailed the election notices a couple of times. I think we finally got it right. So just be sure and complete those fully and legibly so that I don't have a problem reading it. And if you have not completed your new AXA life insurance beneficiary form, I need that done because that is the only beneficiary form that we have now with the company change from Blue Cross, from Southern National to AXA. So you don't want to have an untimely death and your family have problems trying to collect your benefits. So let's get those forms in also. A little bit after we get through some of the other things, Casey Lowe will be here from Jaco Federal Credit Union to talk to you just a little bit about some of the changes they've made and benefits that they have in case you're interested. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over now to Jackie Miles.
Great, thank you so much. All right, well, thank you all for being here today to talk about open enrollment for 2019. So as you said, I'm from Willis Towers Watson, which is the benefits broker that works with all your insurance carriers and W to put together the benefits for you all. So I'm going to go ahead and click on. Fine. I don't know if it will go to the next slide. Where's our IT person? Okay.
Is that it?
Would you all look for it? Okay, so while we get started, I'm gonna, from the top of my head, remember what's the first couple slides here. So I want to talk a little bit. Great. Thank you. Thank you for being on slide duty. Thank you so much. Okay, so kind of talked a little bit about what we do and when we're creating plans to suit your needs. And so that's what I'm here to talk about is the benefits package for this year. If you can go to the next slide. Want to talk about benefits eligibility. This has not changed from last year, and As we go through this benefit packet, you'll notice that nothing's changed with the benefits that are available. The same benefit plan designs from last year are available this year, so that's a good thing. It means we did not have to make changes to the benefits that you're used to keep the prices about the same. So that's good news for you all. So you're not making any significant changes to your benefit plan designs to keep those same benefits at about the same price. So to be benefits eligible, so if anyone in the room is new, you have to be an employee with 30 hours a week. And you can also put your dependents on the plan. So any eligible spouses or children up to the age of 26. Okay, next slide. So for 2019, things to keep in mind that the elections that you make before December 13th will be in place for the entire year of 2019. You can't make any changes unless you have a qualified life event, which we'll talk about on the next slide here. So think carefully through making your choices for 2019 because you cannot make any changes unless you have a qualified life event. You can go to the next slide, please. Okay, so what would justify making a change in your benefits? So qualified life events are something like a marriage, a divorce, the birth of a child. These are just like a very quick hits list of things that would qualify you to make changes in your benefits mid-year. If you have one of these qualified life events and say, I needed to make changes to my benefits, to say you have a child and then want to add your child to your benefits, you need to let them know within 31 days. This is the most important takeaway here. If you're unsure, if you have a life event and you're not sure if it qualifies, just talk to Debbie and she'll let you know. Okay? Any questions so far? All right. So this is a really high-level overview of the benefits this year. So with the medical, you have the same carrier. It's Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana, and there's no plan design changes. So it's going to be the same plan that you're used to from last year. Same thing with dental. It's Delta Dental, and it's going to be administered by Aflac. So Terry's going to talk a little bit more about the plan design. It's also in this booklet a little bit later, so we'll get to that. One thing for this year that you'll need to know is if you're currently enrolled in the dental plan and you want to continue that coverage for 2019, you will need to re-enroll. It's not just going to roll over. You'll need to complete the paperwork again. So just make sure you get with Aflac to make sure that you are enrolled for 2019. And then for vision, again, it's the same carrier. You're going to be utilizing that VSP network. So when you're looking up your provider, just make sure that you're in the VSP Choice Plus network. And there's no plan design changes. So it's the same benefits you're used to for your vision, your dental, and your medical. Right? So for the medical benefits, this is just a chart of the benefits that you're used to. And I'm going to walk through what this all means. So let's look at your medical benefits. So when you're in network and out of network, the good thing about your plan is your deductibles, whether you're in or out of network, and your out-of-pocket maximum are the same. So what does that mean? So when you go to the doctor, you're going to have to, your expenses are going to go towards that deductible. So when you go to the primary care or specialist, hospital, you'll see it says 80% in network or 60%. So we'll talk about that. Let's see if you go in network. So if you go in network, an easy way to think about that is insurance is going to be paying 80% of your medical costs towards that deductible. You'll be responsible for 20% till you hit that deductible. Okay? Does that make sense for everyone? And then for out of network, it would be 60%. So you get a little bit of ding for being out of network. So that's kind of going to make you want to go in network. But at least you don't have astronomical differences in your out of pocket and your annual deductible, which is good. But you still, if you have a choice, really go towards your in network because you will get Blue Cross Blue Shield is going to be paying more of that cost of your medical care. A lot of times people will say, explain the difference between your deductible and your out-of-pocket max. The easiest way for me to explain your out-of-pocket max is if you were to walk outside and get hit by a bus, your out-of-pocket max is your worst case scenario. So out-of-pocket max for an individual is $4,100 a year, and for a family it's $8,200. Okay? Now again, this is all the same as last year, so it's not gonna, there's no difference in the plan design or structure. Are there any questions regarding your plan design? No? Okay. All right. Then the next slide. All right, so this is a high-level overview of your prescription drug benefits. Again, it's gonna be that 80% coverage for your preferred generic drugs in network. So you see the difference between in and out of network coverage here for the prescription drug coverage. Definitely want to be in network there. And then if you do the mail order drugs, it's just 3 times your retail cost. All right. Now for the dental benefits, I'm not going to spend too much time on this slide because you do have Aflac here today to talk about your dental benefits, but I just do want to point out where that is in the presentation. When you're looking through the book, you know that it's here. There is no change in your benefits, but I do want to point out today that if you are currently enrolled in the dental plan or you would like to enroll for 2019, please make sure you meet with Aflac and enroll for 2019. Okay, now for vision benefits, want to point out here your benefits for 2019 have not changed again. You're looking at this chart, the difference between the in-network and out-of-network benefits. Again, you're going to get more bang for your buck when you stay in-network. You're going to see that you have a copay versus a reimbursement schedule when you're in-network. So when you go to have your eyes checked, you'll have an exam copay of just $10, where if you are out of network, your doctor might charge, let's say, $100 for that vision exam, and you would only be reimbursed up to $45. So make sure that you're checking that your doctor is in that VSP Choice Plus network, so that you can ensure that you're getting the best bang for your buck with your vision benefits. But you can just look at the chart here. As a reminder, you are entitled to get an exam and lenses every 12 months and new frames every 24 months. You have a $130 allowance for frames and elective contacts. If it's medically necessary to have contacts, it is 100% covered. And then with your lenses for frames, those are all covered 100% under your materials copay for $25. All right, great. Now for the HRA, just want to be make you aware that you do have an HRA account that you can put money aside. This will help with if you want to put money away for those.
This is where Lincoln Builders contributes this money.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, so sorry. They do put money away for to help contribute for your health care costs. Lincoln Builders puts this away. Sorry, got my words twisted up there. Your flexible spending account is where you can put money away to help with your, and that comes next. Sorry about that. Mm-hmm. So keep in mind that Lincoln Builders puts, for an employee only, $950 into your account to help for those healthcare costs, and for a family, family or employee and spouse coverage, it's an employee and child, it's $1,900. So that's a great benefit to you all as employees. And then, as I was saying, you all have the opportunity to put in money into a flexible spending account. And that is available to you all to take advantage of some tax savings and put money away in addition to that money that's available for the HRA, to put money aside for, for any of your health care costs. So this is a chart for the healthcare FSA. The maximum contribution currently for 2018 is $2,650. For 2019, they have not released the contribution amount. It's supposed to be $2,700, but we're waiting for the IRS to release that. So currently right now, that would be a good amount to budget. Okay, and this is just a chart that just gives you an example of the savings that you can see on the taxes with using an FSA and not using an FSA. Okay, so just wanted to also point out that you have some benefits paid for you all by Lincoln Builders, life and accidental death and dismemberment, and this is paid 100% by Lincoln Builders, and it's $15,000. It's a great benefit to have paid by your employer.
We actually share that cost. Employees share that cost.
Yes, you have the option to share the costs, I should say. Okay, and Terry from Aflac is here. If you have any questions about the dental, she's here to talk about it, as well as, do you have the next slide? Richard from Liberty National. So make sure that you have an opportunity to meet with them today if you have any questions about the other benefits available to you. If you have any questions about any of the benefits in the booklet or that was on the presentation today, we have a chart here of all the contact information if you need to reach out and find a provider through any of the Blue Cross, Blue Shield of Louisiana, your dental vision. You can go to any of the websites above and find them. If you have a question for anybody who's here today, their information is available here. And if you have any questions for me, if you ever had a claim issue with Blue Cross of Louisiana and needed some assistance, you can always reach out to me. I'm Jackie Miles, and I can help with that as well. That's it. Any questions today? All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Jackie. I'm going to get Richard and, yeah. Okay, we'll let ladies go first. And just sit there. Okay, this is Terry Russell.
Hi, y'all. It's good to see you again.
And
Tiffany
Tiffany,
Govan.
yes.
This is my district coordinator. Tiffany was supposed to stand somewhere like in a certain area so they can see us. Y'all have met me before. I have been here for the past several years. I'm the agent that services your Aflac account. Tiffany is my district coordinator, and she wanted to come and put a face with a name. So I'm going to let her speak for a few minutes, and then I'm going to take over and do the last part of it. Tiffany?
Awesome. Thank you, Ms. Terry. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for allowing us to serve you all. Ms. Terry has told me so much about you, and I had the pleasure of meeting Ms. Debbie. So I wanted to just highlight a couple of the products. Ms. Terry is going to talk about some of the changes that we have, and especially for some of our existing clients that maybe we haven't sat down with you in a little while. So she's going to talk about those changes, but I just wanted to highlight a couple of our policies that from my meeting with Ms. Debbie, I thought would be very beneficial. We have a supplemental hospital plan. It's our hospital choice product. And it is great when you have a high deductible plan in place. The purpose of that is to kind of help you fill that gap with your deductible. So if you are confined to the hospital for at least 23 hours, you can choose a benefit amount from $500 up to $2,000, and that can help you to pay to meet that deductible for the year. And that is per covered person per year. There are several different riders that you can attach to that. With Aflac, we pay you instead of the doctors in the hospital, so you can take care of your household expenses and anything else that you need. So that's a great plan since you all do have a high deductible in place. The next plan is our cancer policy. I'm not sure if you all are aware, but Aflac actually pioneered the cancer policy in 1955. Something you may not know is that you can actually cover your dependents for free, and that's any dependent up to the age of 26. They're covered for free. And we also have a cancer treatment center in Atlanta, which is where our world headquarters is located. And we do not charge. We share a lot of research with St. Jude's, and that organization is funded by funded by agents such as Ms. Terry and I, who contribute to that organization. The next policy is our juvenile life policy. I know you all have a policy that is included in your major medical, the $15,000 accidental death and dismemberment. And I know that's for the employees. So if you have dependents between the ages of 2 weeks and 17 years old, they qualify for our juvenile life policy. We have amounts from 10, 20, and 30,000, and the benefit amount doubles when the dependent turns 18, but the premium stays the same. It's very reasonable policies. It's one of our best sellers. And the dependent is any birth child, adopted child, step child, and grandparents can even get that for their grandchildren. And then lastly is short-term disability. You know, we all work for that paycheck, and short-term disability is just insurance on your paycheck. So if life happens and you have to be out of work for a certain period of time, then short-term disability can kick in, and you get to choose your benefit amount. You get to choose how soon you're paid. You get to choose how long you're paid. And we have benefits ranging from 3 months all the way up to 2 years that you can receive that for. So we have all this other insurance. Without that paycheck, we can't pay for any of it. So that's definitely an important policy to have. So we have more policies. I believe that some of them are highlighted in your benefits booklet, but just wanted to highlight those because we felt that saw a little bit of a need there. And I'll turn it over to Ms. Terry.
Thank you. Before I start on the rest of it, I want to correct an error that was made by our company, not on purpose, but it went out that if you have Delta Dental coverage that you have to re-enroll this year. You do not. That was in error. It was told to us by the IT department, and I contacted the Delta Dental side of it, and they said no. Unless you want to make changes, cancellations, things like that, you do not have to re-enroll and start over. And the price has not gone up from last year. It remains the same. So I wanted to clear that up to start with. I have looked over in the last few days the list of everyone that has AFLAC benefits. Thank you to all of you that presently have benefits with AFLAC. Some of them go back as far as 1997. That's great. But policies have changed. Life has changed. Medical expenses has changed. A lot of things have changed. Most people, the majority of, don't even know what they've got. The ideal situation is to sit down with each person every year, review it, tell them what they have you filed your wellness claims, have you had any claims? Unfortunately, that is not really possible with this company. It's just too widespread. So what I'm urging each of you to do that have policies is contact me. Some people still have their families on there, and their kids aren't 26. Their grandkids may be 26. So you don't need to be paying for a family coverage if you can lower your premium price. So,
and I'd like to interject with that if that is the case with anyone, then AFLAC will issue you a refund. We just have to know if you've paid that premium and it was an additional cost for those dependents. We recently ran into a situation where a gentleman had been divorced for 9 years and remarried, and all he had to do was get us his decree of divorce. And we were able to issue him his refunds all the way back 9 years. So there's no statute of limitations on any of that. But most people aren't aware, and they don't just automatically drop off.
And that's true. That's why it's so important to contact me. Y'all can call me. I will make sure that we either talk on the phone, if it's convenient to meet with you. I guess I can come to Texas if I have to, but if we can talk on the phone, we can do the same thing. So look at your policies. Remember, if you don't know if you have a policy, call me and say, I don't know, maybe I do, maybe I don't. Would you check? I can pull it all up, do research, and tell you exactly what you have. There are wellness benefits out there that mean money to you that people are not claiming on. This disturbs me. I don't know why, but it really disturbs me that people are not getting the most from their policies that they can get. So to new people, what Tiffany said, we have some wonderful policies out there. I can testify 100%. In January of this year, I had unexpected open heart surgery, 5 bypasses. I had no clue that I was even sick. I just thought I was old and fat and out of shape. So, yes, I had Aflac, and yes, it paid me well. And since I'm self-employed, there was no paycheck coming in. So, does it work? Yes, it does. Does it work quickly? Yes, it does, because I work with you to make sure that it does. You're not by yourself, and you're not going to be calling an 800 number.
And we are the only supplemental company that offers the one-day pay on the majority of our policies. So if you go online for our cancer policy, accident, hospital, those policies, then you file a smart claim online. If you submit your claim by 2 p.m., you can have the funds direct deposited the next day, or at least the check will go out in the mail to you the next day if you do not have direct deposit. So we are the only ones offering that benefit. Wellness benefits that don't require documentation. So if you have an accident policy or a cancer policy, both of those policies, unless it's a really, really old policy, have an annual wellness benefit, and take advantage of that. And again, there's no statute of limitations on that either. So you can go online and submit those, get with Ms. Terry. She can walk you through that process so that you can get paid as soon as possible. And another big one is short-term disability. It doesn't change, your benefit amount doesn't change as your salary changes. So we have some people that have had short-term disability many, many years, and I'm pretty sure that your income has increased significantly, but your short-term disability is still that benefit amount that you chose several years ago. So you may want to look at increasing that if you want that short-term disability benefit to be up to date with your income.
Any questions? We will be here for a little while after the meeting. If anyone needs to speak with us, I will be emailing Debbie my contact information, my home office, my cell phone, my fax, my email, my bank account number. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, just so that y'all will have it, and you can call me anytime. My office is connected to my home, so you can call at night. I know people don't have time during the day to sit there and worry about this, but when you're at night, don't hesitate. Call me. We will look this stuff up, and we're here to help you. We want you to get the most of what you're paying for. So thank you for listening to us. Thank you, Debbie, for allowing us to come and speak. And we appreciate all of our policyholders more than we can say.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Terry and Tiffany. Appreciate y'all coming.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now we're going to have Richard Bowden with Liberty National. And you see him a couple of times a year. The people here and around in the area do. So, and he'll be coming again later this week to start meeting with you individually. So here's Richard.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, and I thank you for some of you have policies with Liberty National. We've been coming here right about 5 years, and help a lot of people with some great policies. One thing that we always do, everybody that we sit down with, we have 2 things that we give every employee at no cost: small accidental death policy for the employee, their spouse, and any dependent children. Again, no cost to the employee, and that's courtesy of Liberty National and Lincoln Builders, just for allowing us to be here, to be part of your benefits package. So we thank them for that opportunity. And a health discount card. I know you've got some great benefits for your Blue Cross, your dental and vision. And one thing that this health discount card helps a lot of people with is prescriptions. When you get to the pharmacy and they say, well, we've got that for you, Debbie, but it's not covered under your plan. That means it's probably going to cost you a lot. So the health discount card has helped a lot of people with savings on prescriptions when that happens. So that's 2 things we'd like to give to every single employee if you'll just sit down and talk to us. so we have to do that in person. We have been in business since 1900, and most of our work is with local businesses, just like Lincoln Builders, and we try to see every employee that has a few minutes. Great life insurance, great accident, cancer policies. Some things have many similarities to what Aflac has. They're a great company, and we're just glad to be a part of your total benefits package. One thing I'll update, we do also have a quick claim pay for accident policies. We don't have it on cancer yet, but we do have the quick claim. Works very similar to if you get the claim in by 2 o'clock, have a direct deposit the next day on accident policies. And that works very well for people. You have $15,000 life insurance for the employees, and life insurance for the employees through Liberty National is a pre-tax benefit, and you can buy the same type of policies that are permanent policies. And one thing that makes our life insurance so unique is an employee who's 55 and younger can buy this permanent policy, and they stop paying for it at age 65, but we still cover them the rest of their life with a full benefit, even though they don't have to pay any more after age 65. So that's a highlight of the things that we do. Appreciate you and look forward to meeting individually with Liberty National, with Lincoln employees.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Richard. I want to touch on one more thing with Blue Cross and your EOBs, your explanation of benefits that you've been getting from Blue Cross. They look different. We have the online service where you can go on and you can still print off your EOBs. But what we're running into is that when you send those to warrants filing your flexible spending and your HRA claims, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but the information that you send now does not have your name on it unless you send every piece of paper that comes with it. And so warrants is having problems completing the claims. You may have been one that's they've returned the claims back to you saying this is not going to work. We figured out that there's a way that you can get your claims on an Excel spreadsheet, but it turns out to be like about this wide, and your first name is over here at the very beginning. So it's very, I don't know what we're going to do. We have filed a complaint with Blue Cross about their new forms because they are not user-friendly at all. They don't even look real to me because I'm accustomed to what they've looked like all these years. So if you have problems getting your claims paid with warrants, your reimbursements and things, let me know. That may be part of the problem, but do keep a close watch on your claims that you've sent in and the amounts that you receive back to make sure that it is the proper amount. So does anybody have any questions more about the health insurance or the benefits or anything? None? Okay, I don't know if Casey Lowe is here yet or not.
She baked cakes.
She used to bake cakes. Now she is working in the marketing for Jayco. Did you ask Colleen? We might have gotten through a minute or two early, but I don't think that she's here yet.
On your form here, these deductions for like dental, vision, liberty, Aflac. Do we leave those blank if they don't continue just like we been doing in the past?
If you have it now, then you'll put the same amount in those blanks. You can look at your pay stubs. They show on there what's exempt, non-exempt, what, as far as taxes are concerned. And you can ask me and I'll look on my spreadsheet and see what you have. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and close it out.
Colleen said she takes her, but she hasn't heard back yet.
Okay. All right. So I'll try to send out some information if she can give me a little bit of information.
Yeah,
Here she comes. Okay. Casey.
don't too long. Your turn.
Hi, Casey. Hey. Okay, Casey is here. So this is Casey Lowe, and she's marketing with Jacob.
I had just pulled up the parking lot.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so how many of you are already members of JCO? Anybody in here? Got a few that are. Okay, so JCO is a traditional savings and loan building. I'm in a union, credit union. Back in the days of when T.L. James started, they started out for their construction workers, and it was a means for them to go in and borrow money, to save money. And that's what it's continued to be. It's just a traditional savings loan. And so it's run by a committee. It's run by board members, and then there's committees that go over and look at loans and all. That's 3 committee people that go in and review those. Y'all excuse me, I just got. Okay, so to become a member, all you have to do is, they've gone out and they're offering it to more businesses now. It started out just the construction workers, but now like T.L. James at the Children's Home, Davidson, a lot of the big companies, and they want to offer it to some of the smaller ones. And to be a member, we go to the companies, and then it offers it as a benefit to the employees. For the employees to be a member, all you have to do is to start an account. It's with $5 to start the account. That account, you can also, it goes for your family. It's kind of a generational thing. You can offer it to your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, and your children. My children both have learned to manage their money through their start out with a credit union. Both of them have come through, and it was a mean for them to, rather than say, Mom, I need to borrow some money. Okay, hey, you go to credit union, let's set you up, got you going, and they learn their ways to take care of it like that. So it's great for the children too. And once you become a member, you're a lifetime member. So if you were to leave your employment here, then that credit union account goes along with you. It's been with me. I started out at the Children's Home, and it's been with me all these years. And it's a means to help people with, if you have personal goals, or if you have small business goals, then those are the ways that, it's a great savings plan for that. So that's how to start the account. So, and as far as withdrawing, tell some of the employees that have joined up, they're like, well, how do I get my money out? Well, you can make 5 withdrawals a quarter without it costing you anything. All you got to do is pick up the phone. The best thing is that we've got a group of people, 4 ladies down there that are absolutely the most personable people you can meet. And you pick up the phone, and they can have you a check ready in no time. So it's a very personable situation there. So they have different ways to borrow money. They have the high risk borrow. They have a secured loan account. You have just a signature loan. You can borrow for vehicles. Most all of my vehicles have been financed through the credit union. Depending on where you're going to finance your vehicle, and depending on your credit score, it's going to determine what your interest rates are going to be. And the good thing about the credit union is what you see is what you get. They're going to, you have it in, they have the interest rates and everything out there, and it's not determined by what your credit score is. So it's easy to make loans and all for vehicles. So as far as the interest rates, like I said, if you leave employment, it goes with you. Okay, well, we just covered the loans on the automobile loans, and I'm gonna give you all each a copy of what the rates are. Maybe I need to pass this out right now. I'll pass this out and this come on. Okay, just pass those through. It's not just for automobile loans. You can do manufactured homes. You can do new and used boats, recreational vehicles. It's a good time for the men hunting. You need another one? No. You got plenty? Okay. Great time for the hunters to get out there and get their ATVs and everything. They have new and used collateral loans for like motorcycles, four-wheelers, jet skis, those kind of things also. They also do real estate loans, 80% of the appraisal equal to the value of the loan for the first mortgage loans. So that's something good there. I had a person that was interested in, like I said, they're doing their trailer through, and not all credit unions will offer those types of loans. Okay, is there a penalty for late payments? Okay, well, let's wait a minute. Okay, all right. So you'll know your interest rate up front and everything, and you can do payroll deduction through your company here, and they send the money directly in for your payments. There are some that do not want to go through some companies, which I understand they do payroll, but they would pay directly in there. Or if you just wanted to take money from your checking account to your savings and put that in on your own, you can do that also. You don't have to go through a payroll deduction. Okay. Let's see, as far as the hours and all of that to get to the credit union, they're from Monday through Friday. And like I said, they're available to you. All you have to do is make the phone call to them. If you're going to pick up a check, let them know you're coming, and they'll have something ready for you. Let me get back to the sheet here. Okay, and they have a 3-tier rate on your interest rate, which there again, you're seeing these rates. And again, in comparison with other credit unions and things like that, it's not always determined by just a set rate. A lot of them are determined by their credit scores. So here you have everything in front of you that gives you an idea of what it is, and when you get ready to borrow or savings, it's a great just savings plan. I go back to the point where years ago I wanted to do a cookbook, and when it got time to pay for that cookbook, it was like $8,000 or whatever. No idea. I had no idea that I'd been putting money in my credit union all those years, and there was my money. I was able to pay that. So it's just if you don't see it, you don't miss it, and it's sitting there, and it's just a great way to save your money. Does anybody have any questions about how the credit union works, or if you have a loan, like I said, the committee will review it. There's a 3-person committee, and they review it, and then they'll let you know very shortly about loans and savings. And if anybody would like to enroll, I do have the forms to enroll. If you want to think about it, I can move the forms with y'all too.
Okay.
So,
All right.
okay.
I can definitely vouch for Jacob. They're terrific people, and they work with you very easily.
They do, the personal part. So,
Thank you for coming by, Casey.
okay, I feel like I'm not the best speaker. I get up and I talk not even nothing. So, but anyway, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call. And like I said, they're available to answer any questions. So I'm gonna leave you some enrollment cards and the payroll deduction cards too. If you have any questions on how to fill them out or whatever we need, I think y'all got those. And
All right.
everybody, let me leave you some more of these ones here.
Okay, well, I know y'all have gotten a lot of information today. Some of it you already know about, but anyway, thank you, Casey. If you have any questions, you know where I'm at. You know how to reach me. So email, phone, or holler, or whatever across the room. And thank you all for coming. Do you know how to turn that off?
What? No, turn it off. Full plug. When they come, oh, that's good.
I had that for you.
Okay, that disappeared. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not trying to see you come to where you are. That's better. Yeah, you got to start that.
Open up the Internet Explorer.
Right, right here.
It's on the laptop.
This is Brady.
Just in stream.
I think copy with that work, but I had this in their head. You home there?